guys are needing some insurance.
Well, we're gonna check into it, get some quotes.
Awesome. Well, just to let you guys know a little bit about me and what I'm here to help you out with, I'm a broker, which means I'm not captive with any one company. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna kind of ask a lot of questions and do the shopping for you. Okay, so I need you guys to be completely honest with everything you got going on, especially medical stuff, okay? Because not every company is gonna approve things the same. What I'm gonna do is see what you can get.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so can you guys tell me, like, what brought this on? Like, what was it you guys were looking to do?
We just refinanced the house and worried if one of us dies, being able to keep it.
Okay, okay, got it. So I'm gonna go through a bunch of questions. I'm gonna start with your mortgage, your finances, which you already have in place, if anything. I'm gonna spend a few minutes on your medical, and then I'm gonna look up some options for you, okay?
Okay.
As long as I'm able to find something today that makes sense and fits your budget, would there be any reason you would not do something?
I don't know, we just might have to think about it. We don't really do everything.
Okay, so just to go on that, I'm not able to approve you, okay? I'm just the underwriter.
Oh,
Okay, I work for you, not them,
okay.
okay? So I can't tell you, yes, you can have this. But when we find something, and I'm here to work with you, okay? So you guys need to talk to me about, you know, what your finances are like, what's affordable, so that I can tailor fit something for you. Okay, once we get to that, yes, this looks good, we're gonna fill out an application, okay? We're gonna submit that to the company. Okay, they're gonna check your prescription history, they're gonna check your MIB, they're gonna come back and say yes or no. All right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna start now then with your mortgage. What is the amount that you financed?
You do all the numbers.
350, I think it's 350,000.
Okay, got it. And is that a 30-year mortgage?
Yep.
What is the interest rate you got on that?
2.5.
Okay, and what is your monthly payment?
1780.
Okay, got it. And Freddie, what is your income?
65,000.
Okay. And that's you with your job?
Mhm.
Okay. And Paige, what is your income?
About 40.
And that's also with your job?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And do you guys have anything else that would act like protection, like any stocks, bonds, annuities, 401k, IRA?
Used to have.
So nothing?
No, went through it.
Any savings, any other properties?
Yeah, we probably got 3 grand savings.
3 grand, got it. Okay. Do you have any life insurance outside of employment?
Just our work coverage.
Just your work coverage, but nothing outside of that? So nothing to take care of the mortgage if something were to happen? Because you don't want to dip into your life insurance, right? You want that for income replacement? Okay. Paige, how old are you?
50.
And are you a smoker?
Non-smoker.
Okay, and Freddie, how old are you?
52.
And are you a smoker or non-smoker?
Non-smoker.
Non-smoker, awesome. And Paige, have you been prescribed any prescription medication?
Yes, I take something for my thyroid.
Okay, like Synthroid or something like that?
Actually, the
Levothyroxine?
That, yeah.
Okay. All right. And that's it?
Oh, no, I have a happy pill. My
Oh.
3 kids drive me crazy.
Okay, and what is that happy
Wellbutrin.
pill? Okay. Okay, and is that it?
Yes.
Is there any other prescriptions that have been prescribed in the past that you no longer take that I should know about?
I briefly took a blood pressure pill, but it wasn't for blood pressure, it was for a circulation issue. But I'm not taking that anymore.
How long ago was that?
It's been over 3 years that I took that.
Okay. All right. And have you had any hospitalizations or surgeries?
3 C-sections.
Okay, and that was a while ago?
Yeah.
Okay. That's it?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I'm no appendix out.
How
But that
long?
was along, I was in high school.
Okay, got it. Okay. Freddie, how about you? Any prescriptions?
Yeah.
Okay.
1 blood pressure and 1 cholesterol.
Have either one of you ever been hospitalized for blood pressure? Okay. Any hospitalizations or surgeries for you?
Back surgery,
How long ago?
22 years.
Okay. Back's okay now?
Right?
Awesome. Okay. So just bear with me here for a few minutes while I look up some options for you guys.
Want to check on that roast?
Yeah, if you want to take like about a few minutes, I'll call you when I'm... And guys, I'm just going to come up with some numbers that may not make sense, just so that we spare the time. But I chit-chat typically with people while I'm looking things up. And that's when I get to know people, like, hey, do you guys got kids?
We do.
Yeah, how many kids you got?
3,
Okay. How old are they?
22, 26, and 27.
Okay. Any grandkids yet?
1 and 1 on the way.
Awesome. So you guys get to go anywhere this summer on vacation, or do you stay put with COVID?
We stay put.
Okay. It's crazy out there, right?
It is.
What do you guys know about insurance?
It's expensive.
Okay.
That's all I know.
That's all you know. Okay.
He had a policy and it kept getting more expensive, so we had to let it go.
Got it. Okay. So there's different types of coverage. I'm going to show you what most people your age and health do. We're going to look at that, a couple of different options. If that doesn't suit you guys, just know I'm here to help you, that we're going to break it down, talk about the different options, and then move forward. All right? So the one that I'm going to show you has so many benefits. That's why a lot of people like it. I'm going to break it down. You guys have a very similar financial. There's not one totally overpowering the other. So I'm going to show you a few different ways that you can do this. And then we're going to see if that makes sense to you. All right, so here. So looking at these options, if you guys want it to cover the full amount of your mortgage, okay, like the $350,000 on each of you, okay, what it's going to look like is going to be about $200 for you, Paige. It's going to be about $293 for you, Freddie. Okay, that's a month. But the cool thing about this option is if nothing happens to you guys, it's going to give you back all your money.
How's that work?
It essentially covers you guys for 25 years, okay? It covers you for critical, chronic, and terminal illness. So if something happens to you in that regard, they're gonna, you get up to 100% of that $350,000.
While
Okay.
we're alive.
While you're alive, right? So if you say you take a stroke and you're in the hospital and you're half paralyzed and you can't work, you're gonna be able to access those funds, help you out with your bills and your mortgage and things like that, okay? So that's why a lot of people like this benefit, because there's no way for you to lose. It's either going to give you a death benefit, a living benefit, or your money back. Okay? Now, I know you have a 30-year mortgage, so you're probably wondering why I'm saying 25.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? This is really cool. This is what my husband and I also did. Okay? If we get the money back early, okay, I looked up on an amortization calculator. Based on the interest rate that you gave me, in 25 years, you're going to owe roughly about $68,000. Okay? With the money that you're going to get back from these policies, you're going to take that money and pay it off early, and you're going to save yourself about $79,000 by paying it off 5 years early.
$79,000 in 5 years?
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like this option?
Yeah.
Very much.
Okay.
So I didn't know it could do this.
Yeah, so, and you're seeing here that I also looked at breaking it down and maybe doing 50%. Not everybody I see can afford to do the full amount of their mortgage. So sometimes they do a 50-50 deal, and because you guys were so close financially on your income, that's why I'm looking like, so somewhere either this one or even the 50% still gives you enough to pay off that $68,000. So, does this make financial sense to you guys?
I would probably need to think about it.
Okay, well, I get that, okay? But now, if something were to happen to either one of you, where would that place you guys? Like Paige, if Freddie died, like, what would you do? If he didn't come home from work tomorrow?
I don't think I'd be able to keep the house.
Okay, Freddie, what about you? Like, if Paige didn't come home from work tomorrow, where would that place you financially?
Probably about the same thing.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
okay. So out of these two options, like doing either the full amount of the mortgage or half of the mortgage, which one of those, if I were able to approve you, okay? Because remember, I'm here working for you and I'm not able to approve you. We're just trying to come up with something that makes sense, right? So out of these, which one do you think you would best fit financially?
Probably the half.
Okay,
Yeah, no, I think we could do the half. The whole, that's pushing our budget.
got it.
she wouldn't be able to get her nails done every month.
Okay, so what I need from you guys then, what we're gonna do is we'll submit an application for that 50% mark. What I'm gonna do, I need both your driver's license and whatever bank account you're gonna use. I'm gonna go through the questions, I'm gonna ask you, and I need you both to give me an answer. That's gonna cut the time in half I don't have to answer the questions twice, okay?
Sure.
So if you can go grab those for me.
Sure. What's the new premium on half?
Yeah, so yours is gonna be about 100 and yours is gonna be about 150.
That'll work.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go through, ask these questions. So neither one of you had anything wrong with your heart, lungs, kidneys, liver, no cancer, no heart attacks or strokes, no criminal crimes or felonies?
Nothing.
Not
No?
that I got caught for it.
No, no DUIs?
No.
Okay, no, not more than 3 moving violations
Over how long?
over the last 2 years?
Oh, no. Okay, I'm good.
You're good, okay. Haven't made any flights as pilot or student pilot?
No.
No, okay. How about any mountain climbing, parachuting, hang gliding, anything crazy
Way
like
too old
that?
for that.
Okay, got it. All right, you gonna be each other's beneficiary?
Mhm.
Awesome, okay. All right. So, looks like you guys got approved.
Yay.
All right, so what's gonna happen is they're gonna draft your bank account, it's gonna come out in the next day or two, okay? They're going to, every month after, on the same day, it's gonna come out, unless it falls on a weekend or a holiday, it's gonna be the following banking day, okay? And they're gonna mail that policy directly here to the house. It's gonna come in about 2 to 3 weeks, okay? If you guys have any questions, any concerns at all, I want you to call me.
Okay.
Okay, so I want you to take out your phones right now, program my number in your phone, okay? I need you to know, like, if something happens, you guys call me.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna be here for life. Paige, if something happens to Freddie, you call me, and while you're grieving and taking care of your business, I'm gonna take care of getting the insurance money to you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay,
Great.
like it's not a one and done thing, all
Okay.
right? And if you guys have any referrals or anybody that you can recommend that I can also help, recommendations go big with me.
Oh, my sister needs this.
Our son-in-law doesn't have enough insurance on our daughter.
Awesome, okay.
Get you to help him.
Yeah, what I would like you to do is give me their name and number, but before I call them, I want you guys to call them and let them know that I helped you,
Okay.
okay? So that they know, and I'm not, some weirdo
Gotcha.
calling them. You know how
Gotcha.
many robodials people get.
Yeah.
All right? All right, well, listen, it was a pleasure to help you both.
Thank you.
Let me know
Nice
if you
meeting
would when those policies come in the mail.
Mhm.
Sometimes I have had one glitch before where there was a technical issue. It issued, but it didn't print, and then that lady was like, hey, is this a scam? And I'm like, it's not a scam. I'll take care of it. I got it to her, and all was good. So just let me know if you would.
Great.
All right?
Great,
Thanks.
thank you.
All right. Nice meeting you. Have a good day.
Nice meeting you. We were a little easier, maybe sometimes.
We're supposed to be older.
I know.
We planned for us to be older. and
We
she-
were older
she
until
just
you
rolled
told
with
her
it.
how young you thought
I
you
know,
were.
I was backing up. I decided I could be younger today.
Not as many objections with that, but what I got out of it, just sitting here, very assumptive and assertive, and took control. She had control of the whole.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Yes.
So you don't use an iPad or any kind of formal presentation.
Oh,
You just
heck no.
have your questions and your phone that you're getting the quotes from.
Correct.
No, well, if you're doing an e-app, you have a touchscreen device, so a tablet, a laptop.
Oh, okay, so you
Yeah.
do have.
For
Right,
today's
so when I'm
purposes-
doing the
okay.
application, yes, I'm on my computer.
But she's not doing a PowerPoint
I'm
kind
not
of
doing
deal.
any,
Yeah.
right, like it
It's
was,
just the
like I'm
application.
writing on the lead that I get. Like the questions that I was asking, I'm writing directly on the lead, all those answers that I'm
Mhm.
getting.
But
But
once you get
then,
to application
but then when
process-
I'm like saying, hey, I need your driver's license and your IDs, I'm flipping open my computer.
Gotcha.
I put their IDs on the computer screen and their check, and then I start filling it in.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you have a question?
So when do you, like CBO and just straight up term, when do you decide to go between those two? Is it just budget?
That's a good question. So it depends on the situation, right? And what I read from them. Because some people, when, like, I ask, what do you know about insurance? And then I'm also saying, hey, I'm going to show you what most people do, because people like to do what most people are doing, right? So when I say that, I'm setting it up for, well, this is what most people do, but we're going to talk about it, and we're going to decide whether this makes sense and fit your budget. So if they're giving me yeses all the way along, then I go that direction. But if they're saying, well, hey, I heard that like term is the best option, and like that you like use term and you invest, or whatever the case may be in that regard, then I'll say, okay, you do understand that term ends, and at the end of that you have nothing to show for it. And I said, personally, I'm not a fan. Now, if you're in your 20s and it's super cheap and you're on a really tight budget and you've got like a wife and 3 kids and that's all you can do, that's fine. But I don't want you upset with me in like 30 years when that ends, that like now you're 30 years older and it's a lot more expensive, and now you're pissed off at me. So be clear, you've got to convince me that that's what you want to do. I'm here to do what you want. Remember I said I work for you.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's kind of how I handle the term option. I don't write hardly any term. Like people seriously have to convince me that that's what they want to do.
Did you guys notice when Freddie told her we needed to think about it, what she did?
Yeah.
She circled back to, I can't approve you.
You got to get them to take the wall down, right? Like, oh yeah, I'm not able to approve you for anything. I'm just the field underwriter. So once we find something that makes sense and fits your budget, we're going to fill out that application and submit it to them. They're going to do their checking and come back and say whether you can have it. You know, people want what they can't have.
But she reassured us, we're gonna make sure it makes sense for you.
It's like the script, she's done it so many times. When I find something that makes sense and you can afford it. When we find something that makes sense and you can afford it. I mean, just, those are the kind of things you gotta pick up.
And when I said we need to think about it at the end, I mean, 9 times out of 10, that is, it's too much money, right?
Right.
So you immediately go to the lesser option, and a lot of times, people will move.
Yeah.
And she
Just
set
in
it up
general.
that way prior to, in case that did happen, there she was, ready to go half. So it's very, you know,
Tim, did you have a question?
Can we get Gabriel to set this up on the podcast? That was awesome. We're gonna need to hear that more than one time so everybody can learn it. We got the resources, let's use them.
Amen. We'll definitely do that. There's lots of in-home already done, but Chantel's a master. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we got some great ones in here. You, Chantal, Josh, I mean, everybody's personality is different.
Mm-hmm.
If you utilize it, at least Gabriel will hook us up, I'm sure.
Yep. Any other questions? Okay,
So,
Mike?
I noticed you didn't really go into the why in the
Clear
beginning
my
too
agenda.
much, but then when they came to
Clear my
objection,
agenda.
then you went into it. That's how you, did we just assume?
I mean, I did ask them, you know, why I was here in the beginning.
Mhm.
You know, and getting like, hey, we want to make sure we get the mortgage taken care of. And then I'm also, I don't know if you noticed, but was kind of explaining out the difference between their work insurance and this. So you don't want to take away from the income that you're going to get from that coverage, that you need something extra to
I
take.
forgot you did that.
And so that they don't then come back and say, hey, well, we got the work coverage. It's like, right, but you want to use that for income replacement, right? You don't want to have your mortgage eat most of that, and then you'd be left with nothing to survive. But yes, circling back around to why we're doing it, so that then they can remember, because it is an emotional sale. So you need to bring out that emotion in them so that it's not transactional. If it's all about numbers and you know, that's like when you're with people that want the quotes, right? And we're not quote takers, like, we're not those people.
We ain't Geico.
I would say we're solution specialists, you know, like, we're gonna come up with a solution, we're gonna fill out an application, we're gonna submit it and see if it flies, and if it doesn't, we'll move on to Plan B.
Drake, do you have a question?
Yeah, actually, I did have a question. So this is it's like a business where you have to ask very uncomfortable questions. When do you know how to come off as too blunt, or like, how do you avoid being too blunt, or how do you avoid being too friendly in this type of like situation with a client?
So, I mean, for me, it was, one, having the confidence in what we do, and, you know, that we're there to help them.
Right.
And two, you know, it goes back to what Don brought up before, like, when you're an agent and you're only thinking about the transaction and you're not thinking about the people and why you're actually there, like, if you, when I first started, I thought if I left and they were wanting to think about it or talk about it or whatever, that was their wish. But when that client died and her college son didn't get that $200,000 because I didn't know how to get her to move, that's on me.
Right.
That was my fault. So you learn,
Yeah.
you know?
That was, actually, guys, that was when Chantal went from
Nothing.
a normal, just trying to figure it out agent. I mean, her production skyrocketed after that because she was like, I'm not leaving another family unprotected. So she got really confident and really bold in the home, not in an ugly way, but in a I am here to take care of your family way, and you are almost gonna have to literally throw me out before I leave without taking care of your family.
And I'll tell people that, like, if it gets to that point, it's like, you know, listen, like, I'm here to protect you. I'm here to find something that makes sense, and, you know, because when you set up the questions and you set up an appointment correctly, and you go through all the questions and you get all the answers, you alleviate objections later, okay? Like, if they're saying yes all the way along, and as long as it makes sense, it fits your budget, this, that, the other thing, this is why you want to do it, you know, what more, like, what else can you say? Like, why would you not? Okay, so we went through all this for you to say, we're not gonna see if you can get approved? Like, that's just weird, right? Like, what am I here for? And if they, you know, and if they say, well, we wanna talk to other people, it's like, well, you know, we already went through that. Like, I'm a broker, I'm shopping for you. What else do you wanna look at? You know, like, let's be clear. Like, if this option doesn't work, the only other thing that we look at is different types of coverage. Because be sure, when it comes to return of premium, this one is the best one. Trust me, I've done all the looking myself. This is what I did, my husband did, and I made a spreadsheet. So if you want to look at other options, let's talk about that. You know, so I'm pretty assumptive and pretty direct, and I ask people permission.
In the beginning, you heard her ask us to be honest, and then she said, is it okay if I'm honest back? And you may need to remind them, hey, you gave me permission to be honest. How are we doing?
We're 2 minutes over.
Oh, we're doing good. Any other questions before we move on?
One of the key things, again, is she overcame most of the objections. So like she said, when she got to the end, there's no way. I mean, there is a way, but more than likely not, they're not going to say no.
But most times, most appointments that I do, most times I'm doing applications.
Good job.
Yeah.